Hello everyone, Justin here, and today I'm going to show you how to draw a simple sunflower. And we'll be using these micron pens, different sizes, a Sharpie for outlining, as well as a pencil. And you don't have to use a pencil, but I'm going to use it just to show you the basic shapes that are involved. Now the size of these circles can vary. The outer circle obviously is the full size of the flower, but the inner two circles can vary from flower to flower. Some flowers will have wider center sections, others have smaller ones. So first thing we'll do is we'll outline the second circle, and we can use kind of a jagged, uneven line here, and you'll see why in a little bit. So now we can start drawing the outer petals. Now these aren't actually petals, these are actually individual flowers, otherwise known as the ray florets. These don't produce seed even though they are flowers. And what we're going to do is we're just going to vary the shape of these. This particular sunflower I'm drawing has more of a pointed tip, but you'll find plenty of other sunflower varieties that have more of a rounded, soft tip. So vary these. They may be curving a little bit, and vary the distance that they're from the next floret. And we're drawing these going out to the outermost circle that we drew. Let's go ahead and add some more florets or ray florets that are hanging behind the front ones. And again, you want to vary these somewhat. And you don't have to go directly to the outermost circle that we drew. You can go past, you can go short of that line, but the key is to make it natural and vary it. So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to vary the line width of our ray florets by making the tip a little bit thicker than the rest of the outline of each floret. Notice that the line is thickest at the tip, and then it tapers towards the sides. And this just makes it a little bit more dynamic and more interesting. Okay, so now let's take our fine point micron and start working on the center section by first outlining the inner circle, and then start drawing all these tiny circles inside. And these represent the disc florets, which are all little flowers. The center area are the disc florets that have not yet started blooming. And so this tends to be the darker part of a sunflower. We can kind of strengthen the outline here, and then start working on the outer disc florets. And these are slightly bigger circles because they're going to represent the florets or little flowers that are blooming, and so they'll have a lighter tint overall versus the inner ones. Just go all the way around. Don't worry about making these little circles perfect, because as you'll see later, we're going to shade this to give it more depth and three-dimensionality. Okay, now this whole center section is actually rounded, and so the outermost disc florets are going to be seen kind of in a side view. So what I'm doing here now is I'm drawing these soft-sided rectangles that kind of stick out towards the ray florets. And this just adds, again, another layer of detail that'll make your drawing that much nicer. So now we're going to add a little bit of shading to make this center section, the disc florets, look more three-dimensional. And I'm just using scribbly lines and adding more dark tones towards the outer part of this disc. And if you squint your eyes right now, you can tell that there's a little bit of a curve going on now to this whole surface. So I just go all around the perimeter. The darkest tones will be the outermost, and maybe the lower right could be even darker, just to show that the light may be coming from the upper left. And I'll do the same thing with the most center section, because that tends to be the darkest part of a sunflower. Don't worry about losing the details of the little circles we drew earlier. So now we can add extra detail to the outer ray florets by just adding these lines that follow the curve of each floret. Lines starting from the base that go upward or outward, as well as lines that come from the tip and going inward. And just go all the way around. Again, vary the number of lines that you use as well as how long these lines are. So one final thing I'm going to do here is just to add a little bit more shading to the florets, but especially the rear florets, just to give it some depth, add some darker tones, and this helps to push those rear florets back further and separates the front from the rear florets. Just add extra lines, especially at the base of the florets and in between. So that's pretty much it for our sunflower. Please don't hesitate to go back and fine-tune some of your lines as well as erase your pencil lines. And please check out my channel for more video tutorials on how to draw, as well as specific tutorials on a bunch of different other flowers. And if you enjoyed this video as well as some of the others, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.